Man, it felt good to watch some meaningful football yesterday. The usual suspects won. The usual fade the public bets won. Let's look at and recap week one. Look ahead for week two. Let's go.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like horses think he stinks!
Oh shit!
He's gone!
I'm all by myself. And we are live. Welcome everybody back for another great episode of MoneyPot Podcast betting show. Sorry, I had to try and sing that one out. No vocals whatsoever, man. Welcome everybody back, man, where we teach and talk how to bet and bet the unpopular and popular bets each and every week. I am your friendly neighborhood capper, Moss Money, and today we're doing college football. We're going to recap week one of college ball, see how you girls and boys did, right? See how everybody did out there. I'll tell you how I did. We swept the week, swept the plays from Sunday's membership plays. If you're a member of A2D Radio, if you're not a member, go ahead and hit that join button. It's on the A2D Radio YouTube page at the top. Hit the join, $9.99 a month, and you get money. We're winning money every weekend, and this is my shit, right? This is my shit when it comes to football. This is what I do best. I'm good at baseball. I'm okay at basketball. I won't lie. Okay at basketball. Good at baseball, and I'm great at fucking football. And we stepped out in I don't want to say a crazy week, but a lot of the more popular bets lost, right? A lot of the popular bets lost last week. So we're going to recap the week. We're going to look ahead at look ahead at week two. Not all the lines dropped, so I can only talk about certain games, but feel free to drop the any games you guys want to talk about in the chat. Talk about any games. We're going to look ahead to games, and we might have some time. We'll probably will have some time to talk about Rams Buffalo, right? Rams Buffalo should be a dope game to kind of get into because we come on Sundays. So, we won't be around to talk about Thursdays. But if you want to see me talk about games, see me give you out free plays and stuff, you can always follow me on Twitter at MoneyPot Podcast. We're always giving out free plays. Follow the page on Facebook and all that good stuff. So we always giving out free back to the people. But let's get into the game. So week one, hell of a week, man. Didn't feel like it, but believe it or not, 58% favorites won in week one. So favorites went 27 out of 46. I might be missing a game or two because some of those teams were playing 1AA teams and things like that. But 58% won was on the favorites against the spread, ATS. So when you see ATS, that means against the spread. And then 41% was for the dogs. Some dogs won outright. How about Delaware? Right? How about Delaware with the all-out win? Woo! How about that, man? At Navy. That was crazy. I think who else won? Rutgers won. I think was a big dog. Let me go back to the list. Who else won in week one that was, I don't know if it was surprising or shocking. I'm trying to think. Who else was a big one? If y'all got any big wins out there who y'all thought wasn't going to win too much, let me know. North Carolina App State game was insane. I thought Oregon would have showed up a little bit more. Florida, right? Can't forget about Florida. but that line was short. That line was almost like that line told you Florida. How about ECU? Oh my God, East Carolina. Come on, kicker. Like, come on. You missed one, but come on, you got to make that. That stadium would have exploded if they would have won that game. Oh, you got to hit that, man. That was terrible. Arkansas Cincy was a good game too. I watched that game. Trying to think of any other good games. Oh, Iowa, South Dakota State was all that. Who watched that game? Oh man, like I said, Rutgers had a big one over BC. I don't think there was really a lot of surprises. I thought a lot of people. I think. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess Arizona beat up on San Diego State too. A lot of the bettors were on San Diego State. Oh yeah, Wyoming, right? Wyoming is supposed to be fucking trash, and they beat Tulsa. So there was a couple. If you dug deep, there was a couple ones in there that you would have found some value. But all the usual suspects did their thing and won. All eyes, of course, was on the Ohio State Notre Dame game, which hit on the under. Right? Everybody and their mom bet the over. I didn't touch it. The line dropped. And I thought that was really, really strange that the line dropped like that. I was not a fan. I was not a fan of how that line dropped. So, yeah, man, I was a spectator in that one. I didn't play any sides, but I know Vegas swept up. I think it was almost like 75, somewhere in there, like 72% of the bets were on the over. On the over or under, like 72% was on the over. Nobody had the under. Nobody. Crushed it. Vegas cleaned up on that. Cleaned up. But as we look at week one and we look at these schedules, and it just like, I don't know how scheduling's done in college football, and maybe just because I just watch the games and I don't really get into the back end of it. But I have a question here, man, and it's just like, we always talk about they finally got the playoffs. I saw that they 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 approved for 2026 for an extended playoff. But the way they're putting these schedules together, it's just like, aren't they going to have the same 4 playoff teams? You know what I mean? And then when I said it, and the teams I'm looking at are the big 4, right? The ones that we know. And I put the poll question up here today. Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, and Michigan. And these schedules that they make for these teams are set up for these teams to pretty much go undefeated and get to the playoffs. Like, it's going to be the same thing. Like, who wants to see the same thing all the time? Like, it's just ridiculous. So let's look at these schedules real quick here and tell me where we see any type of tough game. Now, Ohio State, out of all of them, I think just had their one of their tough games. I was against Notre Dame. They open up against Notre Dame. But let me bring up Bama. So this is what Bama has. And you know what? Let me bring it on the screen for you guys to see too. So we can talk. So we can just look at it. It's nothing going to be nothing you never seen before. But I just, like, look at this. Utah State. They at Texas. This line is actually out, but at Texas. Like, they're going like Texas, UNL, Monroe, Vandy, Arkansas, Tennessee A&M. I mean Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Tennessee and Mississippi State, at LSU, at Ole Miss. So I guess right here you want to talk about, but they have Texas A&M at home, right? I mean, LSU ain't LSU no more, right? So, like, it's Bama. What they said, roll tide. Like, who's the tough matchup here? Like, who they're going to lose to? They're going to run through every team. Every team. I mean, they typically do anyway, right? They typically do. That's just Bama. That's the machine. All right, let's go to. Let me see. Where's Let's go to Ohio State. Now, Ohio State just had one of they had a tough game, but it was at home, right? Let's bring this up. But look at the rest of their schedule. 5 home games in a row, right? Home for Arkansas State, Toledo, home for Wincy, Rutgers, at Michigan State, at Penn State. I don't think this is the whiteout game, but at Penn State. And then, the big one at home versus Michigan. That, there's obviously tradition every year. But, they were supposed to win this game. They were favored by 17. So, even though it's, Notre Dame opened up 5th ranked, tough game. They were at home, won, right? They didn't open up on a roll. They were at home, and they were favored by 17. They were favored by fucking 17 points. That's what Vegas thought about this game. Maybe a trap game, though, right? Because everybody got ate up on that. Even the teaser bettors, the people who bet bet that down for a 6-point teaser, ate up. All right, let's go to Michigan real quick. And let me know why I'm going through this. Do you agree or disagree to the poll? Right? Do you agree or disagree to the poll about how they're doing this right now? Because it's pretty ridiculous, in my opinion. He said, I'll get to the comments, man. I'll get to the comments. I'm coming. Hold on. I just want to go through this real quick because I want you to see what I'm seeing. And you guys, and not even that, you guys are already seen it. But it's just good to rehash it so it's fresh in our minds so we can have the conversation. But look at this Michigan Wolverines schedule. They got fucking Hawaii next. What? They might score 60 against Hawaii. Hawaii is not scoring. They might. I bet you their team total for this game for Hawaii might be 6.5. No way Hawaii gets. Maybe they might get a garbage touchdown at the very end. This might be a shutout. Should be a shutout, actually. Not might, should be. But look at this. Hawaii, UConn. Now, Maryland has some offense, right? They got some explosion on offense, and we knew that coming in. We talked about that last week. Homie B. Diddy was talking about that. At Iowa's not a tough game, but we saw Iowa scoring. They might not score on Michigan either. Indy, home for Penn State, obvious rival game. But, the big one is Ohio State, really. They should really run through this schedule as well. They will be favored in every single game running through this schedule. Every single game. And they're not injury proof, but if their quarterback gets injured, you got the young bull right behind them. Ridiculous, man. And the last one, we went Ohio State, we went Bama. Let's go to Georgia real quick, and then we'll have the discussion. I just want you guys just to see these schedules in case you didn't see them yet. There we go. Georgia was up top there. My bad. Anybody watch that Utah-Florida game? I was watching other games. I didn't get a chance to watch it. That must have been a hell of a game. Give me a sec here. Let me get Georgia up here, baby. All right. All right, so Oregon won easily. But look at this goddamn shit. Samford, South Carolina, Kent State, Missouri, home for Byrne, home for Vandy, maybe Florida, maybe. But look, at Mississippi State, it's tough. But they're home for Tennessee. They're going undefeated. Nobody's slowing them down. Who's getting in their way? Come on, man. So answer the poll, man. The schedules of Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, and Michigan are set up for them all to make the playoffs. It's like what the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck are we talking about here? What are we talking about here, man? It's crazy, man. Let me go back, man. What's up, Molly? Appreciate you jumping on as always, brother. Goddamn Dallas fans. But I appreciate you. I really do. Um, but yeah, man, agree or disagree to the poll. I'm going to agree. Obviously, I mean, Michigan's probably not going to lose. Bama's not going to lose. Um, well, I mean, Ohio State, Michigan, one of them's got to lose, obviously. So Bama and Georgia, but what other conference? ACC, Pac-12. Like, who's gonna make the run? Who could say they're gonna make it? They should make it into the fourth spot. Because we know Bama's going to make it, we know Georgia's going to make it, and when the winner of Ohio State, Michigan is going to going to make it as well. Who's going to be the fourth one that's going to knock one of these out? I don't know. I don't think that there's anybody who's going to be able to do that, in my opinion. Um, so I agree to the poll. I agree to the poll. What's up? What's up? College football so light so far. Yeah, I mean it's just the start, right? We had week 0, now we had week 1. Even week 2 looks light too. Like I said, those odds aren't out yet for that look ahead. A couple of them are, but we'll see. We'll keep it. We'll keep it chugging along. What's up, Jake? Yeah, man. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. The homie Wow agreed to the poll. Agreed to the poll. Agreed to the poll. Why aren't you a member, Pete? Like, aren't you a member? Did you not look at the plays, brother? You know what I mean? Did you not look at the plays? We have a plays for a reason. Swept them. Swept them. And I know it's tough. I'm not going to hold you. I've brought plays from people. So you have your thoughts, then you go and buy plays, and it kind of mixes and matches with your plays. But here's the caveat, or here's the deal. If you buy plays, and obviously we want you to come buy them from A2D Radio, right, and MoneyPot. But if you buy plays, you have you don't have to. But what's the point of buying plays if you're not going to play them, right? That's like if you buy plays, you should play them. Or at least put something a little bit light on them. Maybe go heavy on the plays that you like, but there's no way that you don't use the plays that you buy. It takes away the point. And you got to play the long game in this betting thing. You're not going to get rich quick. It's really you're not going to get rich quick. I'm telling you. This is not lottery ticket. I understand on social media we see the people who have those parlays, those 5-16 parlays that hit for like 25 grand because they put $50 on it. That is not gambling. The best bettors in the world have always been straight bettors. These are facts. Now, there's new bettors who do make a lot of money making parlays, but they have the bankroll to handle the swings. Just like you have the bankroll and the bankroll needed to handle straight betting, you need the bankroll to handle parlays, because what's going to happen is you'll hit maybe one out of like 15 or 20 parlays, and you need that one to cover and give you profit of all the losses that you took. I try to mix bag it because I understand the culture. I understand what people are looking for, but my bread and butter is always going to be straight betting. One and done, right? I don't need the last leg of my parlay to be like everything riding on that. Now, if you get some cash out options, if you can get some hedge opportunities, counting where you are, that's a good thing, right? That is a very good thing in a good position to be in. You want to be in that position, but you're still dependent on the book to give you the cash out option first, and then two, are the odds in your favor to make the hedge? Because you could have had the hedge as Ohio State, and Ohio State was what, minus, not hedge being Ohio State, but your last leg, your parlay could have been Ohio State, and then you bet the other side. But the only way to bet the other side to get your money back is you had to play Notre Dame money line. And you get in these things, okay, so how do I play that? But Ohio State didn't cover, but they won the game. And then you get yourself in bad spots right there. So you have to really understand the situation. That's why the straight bet is always a kind of a better bet. It's not as much volatility that you get into the parlays, and so much openness of you kind of getting caught, pretty much getting caught holding the bag, because now you're in a bad spot where you're over leveraging your bankroll to try to make a small profit instead of going for would have been a better bet. So just a little bit of you know tutelage in terms of how to look at this betting thing and how to go about it. Like I said, straight betting's always going to be over parlay. Love parlay party though, right? I'm with you. I love a parlay party. I've hit multiple parlays. I've shared multiple parlays. I love a parlay party. But we got to stick to what works, what's proven over time, and that is straight betting. So try to switch the trade. And if you do parlays, do a 2-teamer, do a 3-teamer, right? Try not to get into the 6-7 team parlays, because what's going to happen is you got a 16 parlay and you hit 5. And then it's that one leg. And then you come to your people, it's like, damn, man, I could have had this 1,500, this 2 racks, and no, it's just that last leg. We say it all the time. It's that last leg. But what you don't think, or what you don't break down, is that you won 5 straight bets. You went 5-1 in straight betting, but the one crushed it all. Think about it like that, right? You got to think about it a little bit differently when you're talking about parlays versus straight bets. But hey, I love a parlay party. Don't get it twisted. Love a parlay party, man. All right. Georgia looks like they can go back to the national championship. I mean, they do. Ohio State won a tough game, so you saw some toughness out of them. The injury to the receiver is not alarming, but you see how they have to change and win a little bit ugly. I thought Notre Dame could have won that game. I thought Notre Dame could have won that game, and I thought Notre Dame should have won that game. You know what happened with Notre Dame in that Ohio State game is that when they scored the touchdown on the slant that came up with Strodes through the slant, they had a double safety blitz. It was one of the worst calls that I could think. Like, why would you bring pressure from 8 yards back? Like, first of all, the safeties were at where the line judge was, right? I mean, where the referee was. And they weren't even close to the line of scrimmage. I don't know they're trying to hide it, but it was such a bad blitz, such a bad call. Maybe creep up and come back. But the way you were playing that game and the way your defense was playing, there was no reason to blitz in that spot. I thought that was the biggest turning point of that game, because they let up a touchdown and they didn't come back from that. But I thought that Notre Dame could have won that game, and should have won that game, but they gave it up at the end, man. Chuck, man, what up? Interesting take on it. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I love a parlay party. But once again, when you look at people who bet parlays and they bet lines, now I can understand if you take some money lines that are higher, like -400, -500, that makes sense to take those lines and parlays. But people want to bet so small and win so big. They don't want to over leverage or be so polarized. It's a scratchy ticket. They want to go $25 and go win 10 grand. That's what they want to do. And that's what I want to do, right? Don't get it twisted. I want to take $25 and win 10 grand too. So I'm right with you. The problem is, how many times have you gone to the lottery ticket and put in $25 and won 10 grand? It doesn't happen. It happens, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to you. Well, shit, it doesn't happen to me, right? That's not, you know what I mean? I win maybe my 25 back. I might double up, win 50. I might win 100. But I've never won $1,000 off a scratchy ticket, right? As long, and I don't even go to scratchy tickets. I know people who have, but I've never won. So that's how I look at parlays. They're just scratchy tickets, especially when they get big in terms of like 6, 7 parlays. It's a tough thing to get, because you just got to switch the mindset. You got to switch the mindset. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. So I had Virginia Tech in my parlay. See, you know what I mean? And but what, Don, what was the parlay? Put the parlay up there. Put the parlay. How many legs did you have in the parlay? And put the parlay up there. And I'm gonna get into let's get into some just recap of week one of some of the bigger bets that were placed, some of the losses, some of the wins, some people who had some good calls that I know about. So let me put the schedule up for week one. Obviously, Roll Tide all day, Georgia all day. The biggest polarizing bet, like I said, was the Ohio State Notre Dame game. Almost everybody had the over in that game, from sharps to your recreational bettors to just, even I got semi-pro bettors and handicappers. 70-something%. Not a lot of people had the under there. Good bet on the under there. Obviously Virginia Tech lost, like the homie said. Georgia was a good bet. If you were on Florida, the Florida Utah line was telling. That line opened at like 3 and it got bet like 2.5, almost 2, Utah. And so in the swamp in Florida, that was a good bet for any of those who had that bet, for especially nice little money line plus EV play. Oklahoma all day. NC State, a lot of people lost money on NC State. USC opened up on Rice. So I don't think a lot of bets. I was on Kentucky. I had a Kentucky bet there. I love Kentucky in that spot at home against a bad Miami team. Iowa, floundered. Maryland, look out for Maryland. Watch Maryland coming up too. They can score some points. So and they're an explosive offense. So look out for Maryland. And look out for the over in North Carolina games too. Kind of weird though. Like App State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. Like that shit shouldn't happen. But it tells you how bad that North Carolina defense is too. But other than that, I don't think there was any surprises so much. I think Arizona maybe beating San Diego State might have surprised some folks. I wasn't on that game. I think Tulsa losing to Wyoming was probably a head scratcher too as well. But other than that, not a lot of games that kind of opened up where you're like, But I mean, let me know what your bets were and let me know where you guys kind of faltered at. But I think it should have been a winning day for mostly everybody yesterday. First week, a lot of bets always going in. So nothing was like, a killer except for the Ohio State Notre Dame over. That was the only killer I saw. So here we go. Here we go. Let's see what you got, Don. I had a 6-leg Michigan money line, Virginia Tech money line, USC cover, Ohio State money line, and Pitt money line. Okay, so you did a money line bet. So that's not too bad because that's tough. Because the Ohio State money line was probably somewhat high. Definitely USC's money line was high. Pitt. But if you would have broke that down to 3, you probably have been okay. But see, you didn't break it down to 3 because it wasn't enough for your value, I bet. Right? It might have been even minus money. Like if you did if you did Michigan money line, USC to cover, and Ohio State money line, taking 3 heavy favorites who were at home, probably would have been a better look. But I bet you it probably have been like minus like 140, 150. So you probably didn't like those odds. You needed that payout. And that's where we get ourselves in trouble a little bit, because we're looking for the big payout. But keep shooting, keep shooting, man. That's the only way, right? Got to keep shooting. Got to keep shooting. All right, let's get into some week 2 football. And I'm gonna bring up. I found some of the lines that are up already. So we're gonna look at the games that are lines up. We're gonna talk about, do we like any of the action so far? Super early, by the way. Right, this is super early lines that we have here. So a lot of professional sharp bettors like to jump on the look ahead of line. And when you look at it like when you follow the money, right? That's the key thing with Vegas and stuff. Now there's so much polarization in terms of people who bet now because everybody can bet from this, right? Everybody can bet from this and bet pretty easily as well through your DraftKings, your FanDuels, or whatever sports book you use. We're brought to you by BetUS, so um, shout out to BetUS. If you're in a state that can't bet, definitely jump on the BetUS bandwagon. I believe they are still doing the 125 promotion for us. So that means if you put $50 down, you get not an extra, you get an additional 125% on your initial deposit. So if you go to, I think it's pinned at the top, the in the comments on YouTube, on the A2D Radio YouTube, the Bet US link. Go ahead and click that, and then go ahead and get your betting on with me and the boys from here from MoneyPot. But a lot of syndicates, a lot of professional bettors like to jump on the go ahead line. They get on the other side of the line before you start to see public money start to come in and other bettors start to come in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that up. Nice little site I got. So let me share this with you guys real quick. There we go. Vegas Insider. All right. So let me bring it all the way up. All right. So what Vegas Insider does, it shows you all trade secrets here. Trade secrets. But you got to know how to read it. They show you mostly all the sports books, right? Across and what lines they have. Now, I always tell you guys to have a couple sports books in your back pocket so you can take a look at these odds and shop around the best value. So let me zoom in just a little bit here. So we bring this up on the screen. Let me get this right. Y'all see that? All right, cool. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right. All right. Let me get back to my screen. So, and these are the books, right? Week 2. So some of the lines aren't open yet, which is fine. Like when NFL comes around, the lines don't drop. The look ahead lines typically don't drop until almost Wednesday, but sometimes certain books have the lines open. So we're going to keep scrolling. So right now they got Bama and Texas. Right now, 17. Looks like easy money for Bama. Like they're gonna beat the dog shit out of Texas. You know what I mean? Gonna beat the absolute dog shit out of Texas. Even though it's on the road in Texas, it opened up at 14.5. Look how fast it got bet up. Like it jumped 3 points. That fast. All right, you know what I mean? The fact that it opened so low, like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. So if you can find it right now, 17.5. 17 would probably be your better number. Even 16 right here would be a good bet, obviously. So when you look at football, remember how football scores. This is how you read the lines. 3, 10, 14, 17, 21. Those are the numbers that, games go and drop on. 28. You don't see too many, like Iowa 7-5 scores where the line's going to be thought about by 2 points. The lines gathered by 3, 10, 7, a touchdown, things like that. So be careful of the hook. This hook here at a half a point. I don't know why this line is so low. I would think it might be a little bit higher. But it opened up at a 2-touchdown favorite. So on a neutral field, they're saying Bama's only a 2-touchdown team better than Longhorns. I think it's more. This line should probably be more like almost closer to 20. So you still get some good value here on Bama. So that's how you got to read that and look at that. All right, let's see what else we got here. App State in Texas. Right now, that opened up at 16.5. So North Carolina put up some big points on them. Um, no, they don't score 40 points again. I didn't get a chance. I have to watch how Texas A&M play, but let me know what you guys think about this line here at 16 and a half. Seems I don't it's in Texas A&M, always tough place to play as well. So um not sure about this game yet. I don't have a really read on this game yet. Tennessee and Pittsburgh, as you can see, look at the line movement. This is how we read this. Open at 3, then shot up to 6.5, right? And then look at the money come back, right? Or some books opened it at 4.5. Look at discrepancies on these lines. They're everywhere. -3, 6.5, -4, 4.5. It's telling about that game. Wisconsin and then Washington State, same thing. Open at 17. Look at the discrepancy. That's a 4-point change. That's a huge, huge change, right? About in certain books of where this opened. Look at that. That's crazy. This is probably more the line that it should be. Like, but you would never shop at this sports book. Whoever this is, you would never shop there. I'm just coming back to the comments real quick. I just want to make sure I'm not missing nothing. Yeah, Iowa State and Iowa. Yeah, look at this 3.5. This is probably more the line where it should be. But you gotta love Iowa State here 3.5, especially after what we saw from Iowa. Is this an overreaction though, right? Or is this Iowa really that bad? You know, you gotta look. You gotta love 7. Whoever this is, you gotta love a touchdown, right? Do you really think Iowa is going to score that much points? But in Iowa, I mean, it's an interstate game though, so it's really not that big of a home advantage. But playing at Iowa is tough. But Iowa State versus Iowa, you know what I mean? Like, this is how we look at the lines. This is how you read through what you're seeing. Instead of just saying this team's going to be better than this team, understand where they're playing. Look at the market keys where they're playing, their home record. Is it in state? Is it a conference game? The overall, matchup, how many times they won at home, away, weather, all that stuff takes into account of reading into the lines and understanding what you're seeing. Houston and Texas Tech, Air Raiders, 3.5. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see a game that we would bet right now. I mean, Bama, obviously. Probably first half Bama. West Virginia and Kansas. Kind of like Kansas there. It's a big line there. Kentucky and Florida should be a good game, right? Another good game. Kentucky going to Florida. That Florida heat, next week's going to be hot. Second half, does Florida keep going? Does Kentucky open up? And then Florida knows how to play down there. Does Florida wake up, right? Is Florida for real, right? That's another thing. Is Florida for real? And that's all the games they have. No, we got more games. I'm about to say, that didn't seem right. Any other open up lines? I don't think there's going to be too much. We got to wait till the week ends. I know there's a game today. Like USC here, 10.5. You can find a shop that has this at 10. Team total over is probably a good bet here as well for USC. On the South, Stanford, right? Still staying, not a big difference in home game there. Arizona State, Oklahoma State. And these lines are going to change, but it's good to look at the look ahead line so you know how to bet come the weekend that you're going to bet. Does this stay here, right? Baylor and BYU. You know what I mean? It's a very short line here, right? Open up BYU -3. Other books have this more of a pick game. Gotta love Baylor in this game. Love Baylor in this game right here if that line's that short. Yeah. So that's a nice little trick that you can do to look at that game. There's a lot of couple tricks that you can do. So let's go. I think Texas A&M has a way better defense. Oh, of course. You see, 40 points in the fourth quarter. Oh, what are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? Unreal. I always had Ohio State for a minute. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like some of that shit takes into account, right? You have to look through between the lines, right? When you guys start betting, it's not about just how much this team is better, but you have to really start looking through the lines there and understanding what you're looking at. Utah let me down. Utah let a lot of people down, right? People look at those numbers. They look at the rankings, right? They look at the rankings and just say, "Oh, this team is going to win." But I mean, you got to look past that, right? That line was short for a reason. That line opened at a 2.5, and I think it almost went down to 2 minus and a half. So that means you saw money coming in on Florida, late money, right? So that's telling. That's why I didn't bet the Ohio State Notre Dame over game in the total game, because I saw the line kind of shift. And I was like, and it was shifting like a couple hours before. So that means once all the dust settled, somebody came and started making big bets on the other side because it shifted the line. When you have so much money that shifts the line movement, that means that's a big bet. That's a big bet. Those lines shift for a reason. And it's just money being moved around. So when I saw that, I was a spectator for the Michigan Notre Dame game because I was like, that doesn't make sense to me right now. They were at minus 17. It got down to almost 15 and a half. Got bet back up pretty quickly, but it dropped to 15 and a half. But that didn't mean anything, right? Because that wasn't a key number that we look at. You know, who wins by 16 points? Nobody really wins by 16 points. It's more like 17. So that betting down really didn't shift the number or my thought process on the game. So I mean, that's how I look at it. I think that's how a lot of professional bettors look at it. They use a lot of different terminology, a lot of different numbers. They talk about vig and percentages and stuff like that. Like all that stuff is just too much to kind of cipher through. I try to make it easier for people to understand in a way that we can have a regular conversation like we're at the bar. I mean, instead of trying to give in this super lecture about understanding like the math and the numbers and the percentages and stuff like that. And nobody got time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got time for that shit. I understand it, I know it, I can talk it, but it doesn't. It's boring, right? It gets boring, kind of mundane. It's like, oh my god, just tell me who's gonna fucking win the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we want. Just tell me the winner, because we all like winners, right? Who doesn't like a winner? Who doesn't want to get behind a winner? We all love winners. Just tell me the winner, man. They got time for this other shit, man. But then I like to talk to other shit, man. I get excited when people talk that shit with me. So, and I tell you who else was a winner. What is these members? Tell you that right now. I don't know, man. Y'all need to get on because I don't know about y'all, but we've been hitting $9.99 a month, right? Specifically the plays. Football is my bread and butter, always has been, and we start off the gate hot, man. Let me see. What did I have? Let me bring it up real quick. I had. Let me go back. So I had Kentucky, I had Colorado under team total, and I had Bama first half. 3 easy plays, 3 easy wins. That's all we're looking for. We're just looking for winning seasons, winning days. As they say, get better, 1% better every day. I just want to get and have wins every single day, man. That's it. And we swept the week. I mean, well, we swept the day. You know, did I like the Brewers? Did the Brewers win yesterday? And then what's going on with the fucking Phillies, man? Jesus Christ. Did the Brewers win? Yeah, they did win. I like the Brewers yesterday too. But the fucking Phils, what the fuck is going on with them? That line short today too. Let's look. Yeah, let's look at some bets for today, and then we'll get into. We're gonna see if we'll have enough time to get in some football, for the Buffalo game. See if we can break that game. Yeah. All right. So today's slate got the Phils and the Giants. That line is at minus 30. We got Suarez on the mound, but we got what's his name? Carlos Rodon. one of their aces on the mound today. The Phils are what? 5-6 in their last 6 games, losses. 1-6, I mean. Yeah, they're 1-6. And they're about to get swept by the fucking Giants. Fucking bums. Even though I like the Phils today, though. Like, when's the last time they got swept? Like, what's the last series they got swept? All right, well, give it to me, bro. Infamous Paco, give it to me. When's the last time they got swept? When's the last time the Phils got swept? I'm going back. They didn't get swept in August yet. July. They got swept by the Cubs. It's the last time they got swept. And then before that, July was a bad month. They got swept by Toronto in the 2-game series. They got swept by the Rangers in the 2-game series in June. That line's short, though. Minus 130 for an ace with Suarez on the mound. Kind of like the Phils there. The run line at plus 1.5 is minus 200. So going to be a tough game. I'll look at that one. Not so sure. I have a thing about sweeps. I don't care who it is. It's hard to sweep a baseball team. The Giants are not a good team. They didn't have a good month. Like, they're just coming off getting swept themselves twice. Like, they lost like 7 in a row. Right? So, yeah, I like the Phils today, man. I think the Phils have a bounce back here. Got to get some runs, though. Got to get some runs. So I like the Phils today. Their bats went a little bit cold. It's hard. It's hard to back a team that's got a cold bat, though. That's the problem. So, but I would lean Phils. I would lean Phils here today. So let's see who else we got today. Obviously, got to like the Braves, Baltimore, Mets. Yankees line is short, minus 125. Cardinals. Oh God, Cardinals against the Cubs. They're about to probably sweep them. Yep, beating the bullshit out of them. 8-0, 8-4. Yeah, we'll get into it, man. If y'all want some more plays, like I said, man, hit the membership up. Go to YouTube, join. Only $9.99 a month, man. And not even that, not even the plays you get. No, it's not even just my plays you get, but you get all kinds of cool shit, man. You get giveaways, you get appearances on shows, shout outs, myself and Willie Vegas. We got to get I should have brought Willie on. I should have brought fucking Willie on. Yeah, man. 4 days until kickoff, baby. 4 days until kickoff for sure. Can't wait. I see you, Infamous. Let's see what let's see what his play is. All right, let's bring it up. You said on DraftKings. All right, let's bring it up. Let's go into the Buffalo Rams game because y'all won't see me. Actually, y'all see me on Birds of a Feather on Thursdays. So I will be on that show talking Eagles. They don't like to talk nothing but Eagles, though. They don't like to talk about other teams, but the Eagles. It ain't nothing wrong. You know what I mean? I love the Eagles. Who doesn't love the Eagles? Fucking loser if you don't like the Eagles. It's like, nah. You can like who you want. All right. All right, so let's go here, and then let's go to. He said DraftKings, right? Anybody like Florida State LSU game? I don't have a play on that one. Anybody taking anything on that? Minus 3.5. I'm thinking LSU and the under. Like the under. All right, so here we go, man. Let's see what you got, bro. Don't we usually get like a more? You said DraftKings, right? I thought usually FanDuel has anytime bets and all that shit. It is thinking. All right, here we go. All right, bet. All right, here we go. So what's your play? You got Diggs, Robertson, and Cup. Anytime score. All right, so we got anytime score for Cup. Obviously a good play. Oh, so you got all the receivers. And then we got Diggs. And you got, was it Robinson? And then money line. Money line Rams. All plus EV plays. Let's take a look at this. Says we can't do this as a parlay bet. So let's do this. I thought it would. Is it because of this? It should automatically let you do it. All right, let's do this. Maybe it's just the website. Website be fucking funky. So let's go to same game parlays. Can we do anything in here? I hate when they do the ones for you, to be honest. This kind of is telling though when they put these together because these are all computer monitor. These are all computer generated. It's not like people put this shit together, right? So they put ones that probably have under 50% to win, and they put odds on them. So like this one looks good, right? This one looks good, but I think this game is a little maybe under, possibly. But some of these, some of these look good. You're like, oh, that looks good. That looks like that should hit, right? That's what you'd say to yourself. But let me see. Oh, you know what? Let me I got it. Let me toggle this on. That's probably why. All right, so we have Moneyline Rams. He's just passing yards. All right, so let's do TD scores. All right, here we go. Cup. Come on, baby. Diggs. Robinson. There we go. Now, yeah, there's it is. 1,100. All right. You guys like this play? You guys like this play at all? So his take or his edge in this game is no Trey White for the first 4 weeks, right? So Buffalo's starting corner, one of the best corners in the league, mind you. And then Bills on the road, East Coast traveling to West, which is also a good take. A good take here as well. I like Robinson scoring. I think they're going to kind of trying to get him involved. He's obviously he's going to have a lot of opportunity to score. Kind of toss up plays. Not sure if we'll see like maybe a long touchdown, but for sure definitely a Robinson touchdown I like. So I definitely like this one. It's hard not to bet Cup. Like it's so hard not to bet Cooper Cup. My favorite Cooper Cup is as Matt Barry used to says all the time. Hard to not bet him here. Um, so I don't mind the Cooper Cup love, but I'm actually going to take these two off. Right. I am going to take this one out. So we're going to start with Robinson because I like this Robinson play. All eyes are going to be on Cup. He's going to get the most attention, obviously. So I do like Robinson to score here. That makes a lot of sense to me. Who else in here would score? So how is Buffalo's rushing defense? Is another good question. I do like James Cook. I think the rookie's going to get some play. We saw that coming in the preseason. I don't know who their third back is, but he probably might be it. So let's look at some props, some receiving props. So do we have a catch prop in here as well? No, we don't. So I like doing a little Cooper Cup receiving, but I wanted catches is what I want. I wanted to see if they had catches in here, but I don't see it in here for DraftKings. These are just game prompts. So this might come closer, but I would like over 5 catches for Cooper Cup, over 5 catches for Stephon Diggs. Like those to me are like no brainers. And then who's on Diggs? Ramsey, right? More than likely. So who's going to make the money with Buffalo, right? Some Gabriel action is probably a good bet here. Like that's why his line is so high, right? That's why his line is so high. But I do like Robinson. I like a Robinson play here. So we got plus EV at 105 at 64, and then 54. I wonder what the weather's like going to be. Oh no, they're going to LA. So I think 50 yards makes sense easy, right? 50 yards makes a lot of sense. Rushing. What's the passing prompts? Josh Allen, alternate passing yards. So I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to rush. But I like Stafford over 280 here. I like Allen over 280 too. Let's go back to y'all. Yeah, I like Gabriel too, man. But it's the first game, so we know we're going to get some Allen Robinson action, right? We know we're going to get some Allen Robinson action. Yeah, I was looking for. Yeah, I want to go to receptions, and then Dawson Knox action. Some Dawson Knox. Yeah, I agree with that. The tight end. That makes sense too. That makes a lot of sense. Let's look at him. To the receiving prompts. What's Knox at? Yeah, look at that. 20 yards. I like right here, right? Give me 40 yards for Knox. Right? So we're liking this. I like this right here, right? Like, look at this bet. Look at this bet. Don't tell me you don't like it. Like, what are you sweating here? This is what you're sweating. You're sweating the touchdown. But you feel confident that he'll probably get in the zone. He'll probably get in the zone, right? You feel probably confident that he does. You're probably like 60-40. I'm probably like 60-40 he gets in the zone. So still some leverage where he won't. But we'll do Dawson Knox 40 yards. We'll do Allen Robinson over 45. because we got to fill maybe a touchdown, 15, 20-yard touchdown, right? He's going to get probably like 5 or 6 receptions. So if we take this away, and then can we hit the receptions? Yeah, but I don't think they're going to let me. I don't think they're going to let me add it. So if I do digs over, will they let me add this? Yeah, they won't let me add it. It's a single bet, even though it's 4. Yeah, yeah. See, they mark it a single bet. So in DraftKings, you have to do it under the same game parlay, right? You have to do it on the same game parlay. Maybe FanDuel has it. Let me check FanDuel real quick for us. Let me do it on FanDuel real quick. Let me see if I get the same one. What y'all think about this bet so far? Right? The way I think about this bet so far, I like the bet. I like this 3-teamer. This is what I'm saying. Like it's simple, it makes sense, and you have a little bit of luck, right? People scoring touchdowns, you got to get lucky to hit, right? The odds are likely to happen for some of the better players, but I mean Robinson should sniff 50 yards. Dawson Knox should sniff 40 yards. You know what I mean? And then we got to get lucky on the touchdown. We got to get lucky on a fade. Like they're going to look for him down in the red zone once they get there for sure. Can he convert? That's the question. Can he convert that play? All right, so let me go back to FanDuel's still coming up. FanDuel's acting like a bitch. All right, but let's go back to the same game parlay. I don't know about the side yet. I don't I don't have like the lines are pretty even. You know, makes sense. Super Bowl hangover, right? You know, how many Super Bowl teams come out week 1 and win, especially against a caliber Super Bowl team like this? Thursday game too. And for your take on the East Coast traveling west, it's game 1, so I don't think that factors in really much. I would actually lean Buffalo in this game. If I was picking a side, you got a home dog here, so you got to like a home dog. But I would probably lean Buffalo. I think Buffalo has a lot to prove. Buffalo's going to want to prove in this game that it's Super Bowl or bust, right? These boys already won. They're partying. They relaxed. They don't got nothing to prove because they just proved it. Now it's just looking like, oh yeah, let's see if we can do it again. So they won't come on till late. But if I was picking a side in this game, the psychological side of the game, not just looking at the X's and O's, it makes sense for Buffalo to win this game. Like this is a statement game for Buffalo. This sets up the season for Buffalo, right? This don't set up the season for the Rams. Buffalo has to win. This is a must. Like I mean, it's game 1, but it's a must-win game for Buffalo because they have to make a statement that they should be the favorites to win the whole fucking thing. And that makes sense to me. So let's keep running. I don't know what's up with FanDuel. FanDuel is acting like great. Yach. Trying to see if I can get the receptions on it, but it might be lagging, fucking up my connection. All right, let's see if we want to add anything else to this one. Let's just get a little bit more value because I know how you. I'm trying to get close to what you had. You had 11. You had a plus 1100. So let's see if we have anything else. So the way I look at my parlays. Oh, here's is that? Oh, no, it's just receiving props. Is that you tend to side with the team is going to win more, so you're gonna tend to side with that side of who's going to score. I really like Cook, man. I think might Cook might have a good day. Ooh, so we got team totals. Let's see here. Look at that. That's pretty telling. Look at that. Under 24 points is only $100. What's the under on theirs? I guess a little favors them. So I mean, they should score 3 touchdowns. Like a 24-28 game, maybe. Each team to score 21, 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty decent bet, right? They both score 3 touchdowns, right? Like, how did they not score 3 touchdowns? Right? Both teams scored over 21 points. It's not going to be like a 17-21 team game, right? Is that going to be a big hangover? That looks like a short line. That looks like a miss by the book. That looks like some real value. Like, I would like this straight. Both teams to score 21 points with these offenses. That'd be a maybe. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. All right, so that's the only one I do like this though. Total points first half. I like 10 points for Buffalo, right? I like 10 points for Buffalo. I'm just putting ones I like. I'm gonna go back and kind of switch it up. Like they score a field goal and a touchdown. It's gonna really be like 9-6 first half. The fuck? What kind of dumbass game is that? See, but now I'm starting to add. I don't want to see like I'm getting the 5. I don't want to add that much volatility. I really do like this bet though. Buffalo short's good 10 points. So I'm gonna take this one off. Keep this. All right. So what makes sense? Receiving one. We got to get lucky on one because we got to get close to almost 10-1. Little Gabrielle, that makes sense too. Like, how are we not talking about stars? Let's see what Cooper Cup alternate is. Yeah, somebody's gonna get a buck, get 100 yards. See, his numbers is low just because Ramsey's on him. So Ramsey's gonna negate him a little bit. So we got Knox too, right? Look at that. Knox over 40 yards is plus 100. Shit, 50 yards is plus 175. Let's see. What you got here? Let's see these takes. Buffalo Bills had the best defense in terms of allowing the least amount of points last year and added edge, Von Miller, and promising. Yikes. That is true. Do note that LA Rams have new stars at left tackle around current from the previous year. Expect Stafford to be moved. Yeah, but Stafford's played against defenses, I mean, all behind bad offensive lines before. I'm not worried about that. He knows, like, people forget, like, Stafford's Detroit. They don't forget, but you got to remember Stafford's Detroit days. He was on some bad teams, and it was just really just him and Megatron. He's so underrated still, in my opinion. So I don't think they'll get, who was it, Whitworth or whatever his name was, the left tackle who retired. Like, I get there's a new starter, but he was he was still good, but he was also it was over the hill a little bit. He was past his prime days. So I get that though, but that's a good thought about how could I forget about Von Miller? Terrible. I forgot about Von Miller. Idiot. So DraftKings finally came up. Let me see if we can add the total receptions. Nah, the receptions are not part of their parlays either. So, damn. All right. So, I like 9.5. Dawson. See, like I would stop here. This is probably where I would stop. I wouldn't want to add anything else, but I want to get close to what we had before. So, taking into account how good the defense is on the Buffalo side, the fact that I like Buffalo in this game. See, I'm not sure how much Allen's going to be able to run in this game. He might sit back and Singletary. They don't have no Cook. Like, I'm looking for Cook. I think Cook is going to be an X factor in this game a little bit. You know what? Let's do it. You know what I'm doing? This is what I'm doing here. Oh, I forgot about James Crowder. He's on Buffalo too. Isaac McKenzie. I want to do another touchdown. Yo, man, I feel like Cook is going to score. I feel like Cook is going to score, B. Like, I'm just sorry. I feel like the rookie's going to get some touches out of the backfield, man. That backfield is going to be wrong. I mean, I know they got Singletary, but I think Cook is going to get like a nice little swing pass, third down, throw it out to a swing pass, and give it to Cook, man. Ugh. Yeah, those are long odds though, man. We got to get lucky to hit this one. Got to get lucky to hit this one. Got to get lucky to hit this one. I was trying to give you guys some more value. But if you guys like this one, go ahead and write that one down. We got Robinson anytime score. We got Cook anytime score. We got Robinson over 44, Knox over 40 yards, and over total points for Buffalo, 9.5. And James Cook, you got to get lucky for the rookie to get into the zone. But I like him to score in this game. That's just me. But I would take this away, and this would be my bet. Right? This would be my bet right here. Let's take this away. Let's see what that is. That's even better, right? I really like this play. This doesn't make any sense not to hit, right? This tells me he ain't even in the offense. He doesn't get a couple catches. Like, see, and this is what I'm talking about when the parlays. So this is what you see how we built this parlay up. Now, shout out to Infamous. You know what I mean, who gave us his parlay in the beginning. So let's put his parlay back up that he had. No, I'm not sorry. Yeah, it was Infamous. Where you at? So this is Infamous's parlay. Diggs, Robinson, Cup score anytime, and Rams money line plus 1100. Decent play. Decent play. Decent play. But I wanted to kind of build it with you. Not mad at this at all. Diggs might be a tough time scoring, in my opinion. I like Robinson. You can't bet against Cup. And if you like the Rams, you like the Rams. Okay. Now, I wanted to do it live and build a play with you guys, right? So if I was betting a parlay on this one, this would be my bet, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm usually putting a unit down. So 3-1 looks good to me. Like close to 3-1 is a good bet to me. And if you got some bankroll, want to do 250, 250 to almost win you a rack, right? That's a good bet to me. We don't have to have these 20-1, 30-1 bets to to win money. This is a winning day. You went to the window with $250. You walked out with a grand. Hey, you went to the window with $50. You walked out with 185. Good fucking day. Trust me. Now, say, hey, Nate, I need some more value. A Robinson in there. Go to the window with $50, come out with $350. Go to the window with $25, come out with $175. 6-1. Great number. Great number. Nate, it's not enough. I need the bag. I need the bag. Give me Cook. Go to the window. I'll put $10. No, let's say we put $25 down. I'm walking away with 725. This right here is what most people bet. Why? Because we bet small and we win big. That's why. Right? And if your bankroll allows it and you want to try to get lucky, this is why people bet parlays, and it's a goddamn bet parlay. $250 to win $7,000 in some change. This is a scratchy ticket. This bet is a scratchy ticket. No doubts about it. No doubts about it. Me, if I'm betting, I try not to bet too heavy like that on parlays. But this is where I would be. I would bet $75 on this bet. And see if we get lucky. That's the name of the game, man. You got to get lucky in some of the stuff. And this could be one of those, oh, damn, I hit 4 of them, and I need to hit the 5th. But if you look at these plays right here, these are plus EV money, man. Plus 400, plus 145. I forget what these won. I think this was plus 120. Minus 120. Like, you take these single bets, and you will win money as well, right? You will win money as well, right? Because you're betting and you're getting plus EV on these plays. But if you like to play, man, write it down, man. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you if you like it. No doubt, man. No doubt at all. This is what we're here for. And I say this all the time. If you're out there, tell a friend and tell a motherfucking friend, right? Because there's nobody doing this like I'm doing it. Breaking it down, showing you the ins and outs, and then relating it to you in a way that you can understand, right? Not trying to throw all these numbers out and stuff, but just breaking it down. Just breaking it down. And you don't have to agree with me. You could take some of these bets and mix it in your own. You know what I'm saying? So, this is how we do a MoneyPot podcast. If you fuck what I'm doing, if you fuck with what I'm doing, man, put it in MPP in the comments, man. For real. I appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the shares. If you're not following me on YouTube yet, go ahead and follow me on MoneyPot Podcast as well, man. This is what we do. I haven't met anybody I haven't won money for. Right? Haven't met anybody that I haven't made money for. Facts. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right, I ran it on long enough. I like this play. I think I might gamble here. Thursday night game. I'll add this. Like I said, you'll see this on Twitter. I'll put this on Twitter. I like this bet. Got to get lucky down here, though. Definitely got to get lucky down here. But hopefully, man, Lady Luck has been on my side for a while, man. But Lady Luck has been on my side. So appreciate everybody joining today. Love to talk the conversation. Love to talk sports. It is football season, college and NFL. Appreciate y'all for joining in as always. Once again, man, may the betting gods bless over you today and tomorrow and all next week. Let's have a day. Let's have a week, man. This is Moss Money, MoneyPot Betting Show. I'm out.
Let's go! This ain't the fight night, or this game he stink!
Oh shit!